All right, good evening, everybody. This is to review some quiz material that you had today. So if you did not take today's quiz, please don't watch anything else from here. And once you get that taken care of and hopefully do well on it, then we'll come back and you can look at this. Okay, so here we have today's quiz material. Once again, we just go through, note the pause markers. We have a semicolon here and a comma. Kai, our good old friend, we know what that is. It's the word and. Ex-aelthen. Okay, what happened here? We see there's a word that we know, ex-erchomai. That's what this word is. What happened was the verbal stem here, as the root comes down into the aorist stem, it changes. So that is a second aorist. So as I parse it, I'm looking at an aorist. Erchomai is a deponent, aorist deponent indicative, because we don't know anything else yet. N is going to be third person singular, palin. And ex-aelthen palin paratain thalasan. And he came out again from the sea or from the lake, semicolon. And good friend and here. Pas is all, ha-aklos. Notice this is a nominative masculine singular noun with the nominative masculine singular article. Pretty easy to take care of there. You see para, okay, para sort of governs the accusative case here. Okay, now we have another verb, so part of speech, it's a verb. Erkata comes from erchomai, good old friend there. But what happened? The stem didn't change. If the stem changed for erchomai, then it would be an aorist. So this has to be an imperfect. The augment came onto the front and lengthened the epsilon into an eta. We can see the stem here, the erk, or whatever you want to call it. It's got secondary endings, secondary middle endings. Main sa, ta, metha, esta, anta. So ta, third person singular. So we're looking at an imperfect deponent, indicative, third person singular from erchomai. So the crowd, singular verb, singular subject, the crowd, or all the crowd, was going or was coming. Pros is that to kind of idea, to him, comma, kai, edidaskin. This one was pretty easy because it's nice and regular. Didasko, you see the epsilon augment on the front, secondary tense endings on the back. Didasko, we recognize the root. It's an it's a verb, imperfect. Active, indicative, third person singular. This would be, if this was an aorist, this would be a first aorist. So you would still sort of have the stem there. This is why video technology is just so amazing. We can cut things and paste things. We're looking at edidaxen, okay, which is the imperfect, active, indicative, third person singular. And the question is, how do we get to the aorist? Well, the root is doc, okay? That's that hypothetical thing that linguists do, and it comes down into stems. In the present stem, we have didasko. In the future, we have to deal with the square of stops, didaxo. Okay? See the primary tense ending, no augment on the front. When we get to the aorist tense, we have to deal with the square of stops here, but we also have an augment, edidaxa. Okay? This would be the first person singular. When we want to make it the third person singular, we have the augment, verbal aorist tense stem, and then n on the end. And that would give us the aorist. Okay, makes sense? Have a good night.